Shalom. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Let's say all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Kalo Halilim, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone. Teach this word in sincerity and truth to the hopeful elect. Just wanted to get into a lesson about you women. I don't really have a designated title as of yet, but probably just ye woman, because since everything's all about you woman, well, this one is about you. As most of you women like to focus on things geared about you, right? You point out the wrongs and rights and all of this nonsense. Well, mostly all the wrongs and negatives, but maybe you should look at yourself in the mirror. But the only thing you're gonna look at is your vanity. But this one is toward you women that are not right because of the times that we're in, and coming ahead, that was down the road, is right at the door. This is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. For many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail. Which is the aid that's coming from your government assistance, right? The gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant field, for the fruitful vine. This is all of the stuff that you get away with, right? You get your government and the so-called white. Let's stop calling them that. Esau, your boyfriend from the garden. All right, your your diabolical boyfriend Esau, Edom, right, has put you on a pedestal. He's giving you rebellion as your aid against the Israelite man, right? And all of these things that you get away with is despicable stuff that I see on the internet, right? This is my main focus on, which is the scold's bridle, right? You can see the briefing there, but this is the picture of it. This is a iron or metal mask which was used for slavery, right? This is an iron mask used for slavery that was instituted for women that talk too much. Now, this is scold's bridle, the torture device used to silence women in the Middle Ages. Alright, so because this came in when Esau started to get his power. It could have been around probably a little bit longer, but this is as far as I find it. But it says from the 16th century until the 19th century, women accused of being scolds, shrews, or having loose morals were often fitted masks, known as scold's bridle, that held their tongues with an iron gag. So just like one of them BDSM type of gag balls or whatever, but this is a iron or metal of whatever metal that they had used. A bridle may be mostly associated with horses, but from at least the 16th century and well into the 19th, the so-called scold's bridle was also upon people. This, which was used in slavery, there was one that was used on Israelite men. This iron mask, fitted with a gag, was usually strapped onto women accused of gossiping, quarreling, and committing blasphemy. So this was mostly used for witches or women of rebellion. The device had two purposes. The first, obviously, was to silence the wearer. The second was to humiliate them. People clad in scold's bridle were often paraded around town, where townspeople could cheer and throw things. So basically, it was a shame walk. But as bad as that sounds, the scold's bridle was hardly the only or worst punishment for women accused of speaking out of turn. What is a scold's bridle? For hundreds of years in the British Isles, one of the worst things someone could be was a scold. According to the British Library, this was a term used for women, and sometimes but rarely men, who gossiped, slandered others, fought loudly, or basically spoke out of turn. So, yeah, um, men knew how to keep their mouth, but some in slavery, it they used that for talking up and gagging Jake. So, to punish scolds, local entities like town councils and judges sometimes decided that the offending party must wear a scold's bridle. These devices varied in design but were often quite similar. They were iron masks, which, according to the BBC, resembled a muzzle or cage for the head. A lock at the back held the bridle into place, and most had a metal gag to hold the tongue down. Yeah, that's basically, I don't want to read so much here. I just want to get into the scriptures, but that's what it was used for. So there was different variations of this gag or scold, which was used for rebellious or blasphemers or gossipers. Okay. So a lot of you women should, you know, uh, careful what comes out of your mouth, because that's what defiles you according to what the scripture says. Let me see if I can pull up this one here, because you women are at a point where you better be doing this now. It says here, Matthew 3:2, and saying, "Repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand." Because right now, where we're going, this the road ahead is not a easy walk. So you should be very careful what comes out of your mouth, because that's what defiles you, and it's gonna get you into trouble. Could save you your tongue is gonna get you into a lot of trouble, because in that day you are only gonna be using your mouth to for screaming. It says here, Proverbs 9:13, a foolish woman is clamorous, which is loudmouth. She is simple and knoweth nothing. For she sitteth at the door of her house on a seat in the high places of the city, to call passengers to go aright their way. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. And as for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him, Stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant, which is adultery. Right? Committing of adultery can get you into put you in the death seat. To the next script. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, also, as also saith the law. There's no law. Women ain't supposed to be speaking, but mainly on these comment boards. Alright? Because a lot of you women, you talk too much and get yourself into problems, saying the wrong things. But you're all out of order. All out of order. So you're going to be corrected down the road, whether you like it or not. I remember where I seen this Scold's bridle was from this movie. I seen a trailer from it called Brimstone, and in it a woman was wearing it because she was talking too much. So I'm gonna Brimstone. There's, I believe, one more. No. Let me see here. Let me go to this one.
The scold's bridle was an instrument of punishment as a form of public humiliation. For extra humiliation, a bell could also be attached to draw crowds. The wearer would have non-stop saliva flowing, fatigue, and could not speak. It was first used in England and Scotland as a punishment for witches during the 16th century. However, since the society was male-dominated, some men started using it on supposedly troublesome women who nagged or were running out of control. Offenders that had transgressed in one way or the other were also not exempted from being punished with the scold's bridle. The bridle had several names by which it was called the Brank's bridle, gossiping bridle, or witch's bridle. It was also commonly used to control Virginia slaves in the mid-18th century. Escrava Anastasia was a Brazilian folk saint said to have died from wearing a punitive iron muzzle.
See, there you have it.
In the 17th century,
you had Jake getting gagged, getting a gag order with that. Should have pulled this up on the screen, but this is Ecclesiastes 25, and no, Ecclesiasticus 25 and 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, which is referring to the mind, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, and any affliction but the affliction from them that hate me, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies. There is no head above the head of a serpent. Now let me jump a bit there because it's I'll jump to 16. It says here, Ecclesiastes 25 and 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darken her countenance like a sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it shall sigh bitter. So it's not going to be a good thing, because a lot of you women are embarrassment to your husband. But a lot of men, they don't understand these things. They just let these women trample them. Right? And they do it all in the court. And then the court is supposed to be somewhere where it's supposed to be a place of order. And it's out of order. And the whole place that you reside in, this captivity place, which is this prison place, this great big prison, which is North America, right? Well, the whole earth, it's in itself. But mainly America, it's upside down. Continue verse 19, 25:19. All wickedness is but the little of the wickedness of a woman, let the portion of a sinner falleth upon her. As climbing up a sandy way. Oh, wait a sec. Yeah. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Read it on to 21. As a climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the age, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire not her for pleasure. So let me read that last part again. It says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. So these women who you think they're pretty on the outside, they're as bitter as hell, and a mental tormention down the road, whether it be going to court or whatever. Right? So dealing with these women is like entering into a war room, right? Or on a landmine, on a field, entering into a field full of landmines. So you never know what you're gonna get, but it is what it is. But with that, hopefully this was a good lesson for you younger brothers that's out there. That's what I really want to get towards in certain men's minds, because every brother has their own experience with women. I haven't had good ones, but everything is a life experience, right? You take it with a grain of salt. But you know, you gotta look towards edification, edifying the mind to remember that these women's they're not really for you. If Most High gives you one, well, that's good. You know, it's a blessing of the Lord. But really and truly, what's coming down the pipe, is not gonna be sweet. So be mindful in these days. Whether that, I like to say all praises to Yahweh Shemi Shai, Kala Halim, Yahweh Shemi Shai, double honors to the apostles, the elders, a great millstone, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect, and Shalom.